So much drama here in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep.
Just talk.
They did talk. That was the source of the drama.
Talk better.
Master Xehanort is the only one I could still count.
What do you mean?
Terra.
Who's this asshat?
Cooch. He won't stop asking for you. I came all the way out here to get you, just so he'd clam up.
Oh, wait a minute.
What do you mean?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. It's that dude.
It's that boy.
It's that boy, crossbowman.
You know, my prisoner.
You're apparently not a very good liar.
I don't remember his
Master
name.
Xehanort would never let himself.
I don't know what it is in this either, because this is pre-X in the name.
I got the old coot at my mercy. See for yourself. I'm holding him underneath the outer gardens. You better show up before I lose my patience. Ciao.
His name before was... Well, hold
There's
on.
no way it's true. But no harm in looking.
Love the logic. His name previously, I guess in the future, as a nobody, is Zigbar.
Okay.
And
yeah.
at present, his human name is Braig. The name his mama gave him.
Zigbar is better.
Most of the
Most of
nobody
them are
names
better, yeah, that's
because they
fair.
figured those out first.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then said, okay, crap, once we take the X out of this, what do we have to work with?
Are we still good on these? Fire Dash is level 3.
yeah.
I could afford to get.
No, you couldn't. Because until it's maxed, you don't have Leaf Bracer to keep.
Oh yeah, level 3 isn't the max for all of them. Cool. Even better. Good stuff. Thanks for pointing that out. We're on to the Fountain Court.
I'm pretty sure it would warn you about melding a command if it had an ability you hadn't maxed yet. I don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that if you try and meld a command that you haven't that has an ability attached to it, and you don't have it like maxed, then the game will warn you, hey,
Same room, yeah.
yeah, this is the same room as you were in before. It just basically skipped you through the previous room. Yeah, so you want to head to, you're heading to the outer gardens. It said. You remember the room you started in, where you could only go one way.
Oh man, I need to follow him.
And where did he go? We followed him and he wasn't there. You're going back to that first room. I will direct you from there for the purposes of saving time.
Do these guys end up on other worlds?
What worlds? Oh, well, you mean do these?
Dude, that enemy type.
Yes,
balloon voice.
indeed it
Oh,
does.
jeez.
You'll see it frequently from here on out. I think that's right. I'm pretty sure it's on other worlds other than this one. I feel like it must be, considering how annoyed I am by it.
Fire Dash level 4, cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Fire Dash is done now if you want to get rid of it. If you want, or if you not, if you want to make it into something else, I'm pretty sure that's max. So it's now
stuff.
yours to keep. Thundara also maxed. You can meld
Okay.
both of those. Not necessarily together. I'm saying you can.
Well,
Meld
I
them
just
together.
wanted to have something else on.
Sure.
So it's like,
Indeed.
we'll throw this on. Just level. We're gonna be like leveling up stuff fast and loose.
Absolutely.
Just go for it. Poison.
Now,
Edge.
I will tell you right now, the boss that you're about to go fight, I'm fairly certain he's actually vulnerable to sleep and a couple of other status effects. So if you want to throw those on, you can, but I mean, like, it's not that important. You can also just fight him. You know, it's not a
Yeah.
big deal.
Well, it's like I may as well have some stuff on.
I'm pretty sure zero gravity affects him, and that is effectively going to accomplish the same thing as sleep. So.
Actually, no. I'm just gonna keep it.
Yeah,
keep
it's
it
fine.
where we're at.
Yeah, definitely try out
Poison
zero
Edge.
gravity on some mobs so
Yeah,
you can.
it's
Yeah, it's the same animation as before, but
Yep,
different
just with-
different effect associated with it.
Dark poison.
Indeed.
Oh, zero gravity. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot faster now that it's leveled up.
Mm-hmm.
That's a shame. I hate it in games when that happens. Like
What?
when the the dash button is faster than standard movement. I thought I liked it in Nier Automata because it was like, oh, you get running fast, but in speedrunners, like, no.
Well, in Nier Automata, it does a couple of things to trick you, and also additionally to make the dash animation more fun, because in Nier Automata, it isn't just, okay, you hit the button and now you're committed to a forward momentum. You could curve however the heck you want to do when you're dashing. So
if you haven't played it, you don't even understand how much of full control you have doing that.
I'm
It is
familiar.
insane.
I played the demo, so I screwed around with the demo a lot. So
I watched a speedrun from the European Speedrun Assembly recently, and man, there is some movement tech in that game I knew nothing about.
intentional or busted?
Busted.
Okay.
Like quadruple jumps, like it's almost Sonic Boom levels of jumping out of map.
Fantastic. Turns out Platinum Games didn't do as good a job as
Oh,
everybody thought they
Wait a
would
minute,
do.
hang on. Oh, it's safe. Okay.
You gotta head to this one over here. You're heading out of the city, toward the outer gardens.
He's not poisoned. Oh, no.
But he is dead, so at the end of the day, you got what you wanted.
He's more than poisoned.
Trying to poison the corpse. Stop it! Stop it! He's already dead. Should I go ahead and save while we're here?
Yeah, go for it.
I like a lot of the design elements of Radiant Garden, but you're probably already thinking the same thing that I would think, which is, boy oh boy, there's nobody here.
Well, yeah. There's
It's-
houses though, so it's implied that they're here, but all the monsters are keeping them inside.
Well, we got 2 more campaigns as well, other than Terra's. We got 2 more people.
I doubt that's
we're
gonna
come here
fix that
with.
issue.
No, we'll see. Won't we?
I was gonna fix the crowd issue at least.
Well, not the crowd issue, but it's. I guess here's my point, right? On the list of like things that you would want to see in a prequel to Kingdom Hearts, I feel like seeing Hollow Bastion / Radiant Garden and the cast that you know from that location when they were younger is kind of high on the fan service list. You know what
Yes.
I mean? Like, so it's something you would hope that you get to see. You'd hope that you get to learn a bit about this. Considering how much freaking time we've spent in this place, you can go forward. You're not walking into the boss yet. It's like considering how much time that. Let me put it this way: if Birth by Sleep had come out and you didn't go to Radiant Garden, it would have baffled me. Considering how much of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 revolve around this place and this whole idea of 10 years ago it was so much nicer than it is now. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is pretty good.
and that affects that affects the vast majority. I would say that affects like
Oh yeah, and it
upwards of
confuses them when you hit them.
yeah, that affects the vast majority of mobs and some humanoid type bosses.
Oh, come on.
Actually, so if you cast zero gravity on these guys,
That's not it. Zero gravity.
now it doesn't matter what angle you hit them from.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, because I mean, how else? They don't expect you to be able to keep up with it from there.
I missed.
Yes, you did miss, but you know, whatever. Well, you didn't miss. It was that he came out of it, and you activated a move that wasn't conducive to closing distance quickly, because Terra jumps up in the air and hangs out for like 12 seconds. There's some chests in here. You can get them if you wanna. The boss is through that door directly in front of you.
Okay, we'll get the chests. I like Thunder Surge, that's fine. I don't like these guys though, they just fly around.
And look, now he's even.
No,
but
we're good.
he's once he's stationary, you at least have some heat-seeking capabilities to your air combos.
This
I'll-
area is absurdly huge.
I'll remind again that you have that shot lock is a good option for
Yeah.
annoying aerial enemies that are difficult to reach because your movement tech isn't quite as sophisticated as what you have by the ending of Kingdom Hearts 2. Because by the ending of Kingdom Hearts 2, Sora is a demigod,
Yeah.
and you can go wherever
Can I
wherever
get
you
that?
want, whenever you want. No, not
That's-
at
yeah, that's
present.
way too high up.
Not at present.
Why?
Why not?
Why did he just... Okay.
Why did he throw himself at you?
Why are you doing
Born
that?
to die? Impossible to say. But yeah, so if you look around at this place just for a few seconds, this is kind of the, this is the stuff they talk about, you know, there's this supposedly beautiful place that was a paradise where we have all these freaking fountains, we got these flowers, we've got, instead of, you know,
There's something
blasted
there.
wasteland outside of the city, we have this much more idyllic, scenic, tranquil waters with rolling purple mountains in the distance. Your favorite Kingdom Hearts enemy gimmick. I keep seeing reflections from the screen on certain things and thinking that they're bugs, and I keep reaching for the bug assault. I'm not actually reaching for the bug assault. I added that part in for the purposes of comedy. I do keep thinking that I'm seeing bugs, but I realize it quickly enough to not reach for the bug assault. I killed some bugs with a bug assault earlier tonight.
He did. He's gotten 2 kills tonight. At least. I don't know. Maybe you've been doing some secret bug killing.
Soon we will be deep enough into fall to be rid of all of them anyway, and I won't have to worry about it for a couple of months.
No. That was just me spamming.
Yeah, it's all right.
Why?
Why? Why do you still live? What more can I take
Alright,
from
is-
you?
Is that it? Are we
Yeah,
good?
you're good. You can move on now. We can head on into the underground tunnels. Well, I'll lose them in my tunnels.
Ooh, a chest.
They will disappear during the boss fight. But it's there during the cutscene just to distract you as much as possible by adding texture to an otherwise flat space with bright contrasting colors to make sure that you notice it, stop paying attention to everything else in the scene. I wish that they weren't even in the cutscenes, or they would just change their color palette to make them fade into the background more.
What on earth?
The cutscenes in Kingdom Hearts 1 faded in, not the cutscenes, the chests in Kingdom Hearts 1 were a lot more like faded and subdued, and they became really, really bright and colorful, which is nice sometimes, but...
You monster! What are you after?
That thing right there. It's called the Keyblade, isn't it? Yep. Seems like these days everybody's got one of those.
Yeah, right?
Even Grandpa there. When I nabbed him, he told me all about it. What a weapon like that can do. How could I not want one?
Well, you'll find
I just noticed you're not hitting with the pickaxe edge. Why?
Because you always hit with the blunt edge of a Keyblade.
Okay.
Keyblade master material. So if I defeat you, that makes me the real key slinger. If you catch my drift. Not the most polite way to go about it. But what can you do?
He looks weird as a human.
Goes boom. You think I'm gonna fight fair? As if. That key's too powerful for us to go mano a mano.
Did he just say that he has that he's just strapped C4 to somebody? That's essentially what this Kingdom Hearts character just said. Is if you don't play by my rules, I'm just gonna blow up the
This
C4
is like the
that I've
dude-
strapped to that old man.
This is like the dude from Fist of the North Star, where he's like, you call throwing dynamite, like martial arts or whatever, and he's like, hey, if it works.
I'll fight dirty if I have to win.
Never mind me. You must fight. You can't let this ruffian win. Think of your master, Ericus. The shame he and your fellow pupils would be forced to bear.
The shame?
Use the key.
Yeah, if one of the fellow Hogwartsians was killed by such a scrub, I guess.
Well, it's not shame. They would be genuinely sad that their friend has died. Whoa!
It's not nearly as
Whoa!
important,
What's going
though.
on here?
He's getting angry.
So much for the bluff.
I guess there wasn't actually any C4. He was just trying to psych us out.
Why wouldn't he have? Well, I mean, it's because they're working together, but like, I was thinking like you could have at least had like a big like puff of smoke thing, and then the guy disappears. It's like, oh, you killed him. What? And then 4 hours later,
Defeat the
what? He's not
mystery
dead.
man, Braig.
I guess he's not a mystery
Is the
man.
mystery man if we know his name?
Ooh. Oh, hey, this is similar.
Yeah, there's also no reaction command this time around, so you're gonna want to block these manually.
Oh,
There you go.
counter hammer. Oh no.
Well, it doesn't work because he's not anywhere near you, but yeah. So I think zero gravity works on this guy, but I honestly don't remember, so I apologize in advance if you walked into this fight with a useless move.
That's fine.
You're not
I
quite
just
in
missed.
range for that to work on him, I'm afraid.
Oh, that looks bad. No, that didn't hurt as bad as I was hoping. Hoping? I don't... Maybe there's something about me I didn't know about until this fight.
Excuse me?
I said, that, like, it hit me, and I was like, oh, that didn't do as much damage as I was hoping.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
For the big wind-up, the pitch wasn't quite satisfying.
What?
Your timing was a little bit off there.
I did it too fast.
I guess so. I can see you too. You really didn't go that far away. I know where you went. You don't have a muzzle hide. You're not hiding the flash on your
Why do
weapon.
you yell out reload, dude?
Just to let you. I love reloading in the middle of a battle.
I'm bad at this.
He's like he's the Revolver Ocelot of the Kingdom Hearts universe in more ways than one. Honestly, the Revolver Ocelot and Braig
Please.
parallels are pretty strong between the Metal Gear and Kingdom Hearts franchises.
Wow! 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 What was the? What was the point? What was I supposed to do?
You're supposed to not get hit by the first volley and let Terra get stun locked.
No.
Or you were supposed to have second chance or once more, so that wouldn't kill you instantly. Because these games are super well balanced. Do 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 do.
What? What?
Listen, Joey. Sometimes you're just not good enough.
I see this. I should have taken the edge off. Oh, wait. Okay, whatever. You know what? Whatever. Hey, can you be? Oh,
I guess that doesn't affect him. Sorry, I made you walk into this with a crappy setup.
I don't care. This doesn't matter. Ooh, I guess I should be focusing on that. Or not.
He teleported. He just happened to teleport out of it. That no, you were barking.
Whoa.
You were barking up the right tree with that. If you want, you may want to go ahead and top off your HP, just as a precaution, since this guy can stun lock you with some of these attacks.
Oh, dang it. Dang it, dang it.
Too fast.
Yeah.
But you did some damage.
Wrong prompt.
But you got enough focus left that you could do another one if you wanted to. If you were so inclined, or you could just keep blocking shots back at him. That's also a valid option.
Oh. No! Oh! Not again. Not like this. Oh, it really is like distance between him because of the... Yeah, okay. So it's like, that's why I was having trouble blocking it earlier.
What do you mean?
Because he was further away, I was blocking, like, it's different, like, if you're further away from him, it's different block times.
You were blocking at the same speed. Okay, you weren't actually accounting for the
Wow,
shot
this
space
is-
in 3D.
That was working marvelously. Oh my gosh. No. I tried to be a cool guy. Didn't work. Just like those times in the other games when you tried to be a cool guy and it didn't work.
I do that sometimes, it's true. Sometimes it works. Usually it doesn't.
Oh.
I would heal now while you got
Yep.
while you got a little bit of the heat off you.
I can see you.
I can see you too. You're not that far away. You did not conceal yourself at all.
Oh. No. Oh, that wasn't
You
enough.
didn't quite max it out, but it's, whatever.
Right.
You could get 2 shots off on him from that and he'd probably be dead. Or you can just reflect 1 or 2 of those back at him, he'll probably be covered. He's almost done, so... Yeah, I think 1 more of those and you're... Or you can do this too. How did it not? I'm befuddled. I'm befuddled by the lack of kill.
Oh my gosh.
I'm befuddled by the continued life of this villain.
Okay, and there we go.
There you go, you did it. Ultimately, executing the same plan, just at a slightly different time and place, in response to a different tactic.
Zigbar or Brag. So was him getting angry right there? Was that like falling into darkness? Oh, whoa!
Look at how angry he is.
Look at all that dark. Oh. Whoa! That's how we got. Oh.
It's a weird reaction to having your chains shot off. It's like he hit you.
So even then, it's like it's not like I'm gonna kill him. It was. Oh my gosh.
Well done, Terra. You have taken yet another step forward.
How did you get down
But
from
I
there
was
so
consumed
easily?
by anger, hatred. That was the power of darkness.
Darkness that you channeled.
No. I succumbed to it. Just like when I stole Princess Aurora's Heart of Light.
That's not what happened.
He succumbed to the darkness inside of him. Maleficent
never
could
return.
control the darkness inside of him to make him do evil things.
You could be my pupil.
Because that worked so well for your last
Master
pupil
Ericus,
then.
you see, is so afraid of darkness that he too has succumbed. Not to darkness.
I was about to say he succumbed to the light as a joke, but it's
It
the real
shines so
thing.
bright, he forgets that light begets darkness. And Aqua and Ventus, their lights shine too bright. It is only natural that they cast shadows on your heart. Ericus, be such a fool. Light and darkness, they are a balance. One that must always be maintained.
I mean, he's really not saying anything wild right now.
No, he's not.
You are the one who shows the true mark of mastery, but he refuses to see it. And I know why. It is because he fears you. Join me. You and I can...
I mean, like, to be fair, we discussed in previous games the, ideas of balance between all things, that, light and darkness both are just things that exist in a yin and yang state going on and on. So it's like, yeah, you're right. He's not saying anything too wild, but then again, Terra probably wouldn't be having conversations with him anymore if he started talking about, we gotta get the nukes! We've gotta get rid of them all, Terra! So, you're right, he's not saying anything too wild at present moment.
Regarding that, but him being like,
some of the other stuff was kind of wild.
He fears you. He succumbed to the light.
He succumbed to the light. It's kind of, I'll point out because it's a very brief moment that a lot of fans get, and I would consider also to be important but not emphasized enough, was the bit where after when Terra's getting possessed or controlled during the Maleficent bit, you cut away to his interactions with Ericus, where Ericus is like, would that we could just destroy all of the darkness. We just need to get rid of it all. Give it no quarter in your heart. Kill it. Push it down and out. That's at least somewhat thematically consistent with, Riku solved his problems in Chain of Memories not by pushing the darkness out, but by figuring out how to
deal with it.
Yeah, exactly. So my point is simply to demonstrate that there is at least some thematic consistency to the idea of Ericus quotation marks succumbing to the light.
Yeah.
While yes,
it's a dumb quote, but I mean that does make sense.
I am merely attempting to ensure that all of the pieces remain visible on the board. That's all.
What if light was darkness?
You never know. That'd be a big twist.
That was the original story of Destiny.
Was it?
Yeah.
Sorry, that Destiny had a story originally?
Okay, what I mean is that was the original concept story. And it might still be the story, but they've drawn it out over a cajillion games and a quadrillion
But I thought the Destiny was a decade-long game.
Your
10-year game?
Listen,
more like 10-cent game.
No,
anyway, go ahead, please.
I don't care. Screw Destiny. It sucks. You know how Destiny 2 is free?
Yeah.
I downloaded it and then proceeded to delete it before starting it back up. Oh, man. The gameplay is fun enough sometimes.
The fact that I had to sit through pretty much perpetually every single ad for about 2 weeks. Oh. That what is it called? Forsaken?
Oh man,
the expansion.
He's not dead.
Oh, is he not dead?
Spoiler! No, I think he actually is. Maybe.
I remember seeing fans get upset about you're killing off the only character that we like to promote an expansion.
I was gonna say he's the only character in that. He's the only character that tries to have anything going for him. He's funny.
I think my favorite thing about that is that the extended. So I only saw the extended version of that trailer once. It was mostly the 15-second version on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And in the trailer, the guy goes, "Any last words?" And in the scene, he goes, "How's your sister?" And then gets shot, right? And then
that's because she's dead.
See, I didn't know that. But all the same, it's a funny.
You know why I know that?
Why?
I didn't know who that dude was until you said the sister part. Because I'm like, oh yeah, they existed in the first game just for his.
Okay,
for his spoilers, just for his sister to get. I cursed, wiped off the face of the earth.
No, see what I was gonna say was the 15-second version. I guess this further emphasizes my point. The 15-second version is trash because instead of keeping the funny line that makes the trailer kind of work, he just kind of coughs. He says, "Any last words?" and then Cade gets shot. I only know his name because the 15-second trailer that I've watched 2,000 times insists continually, "This is Cade we're talking about." They should have cut that line out and kept "How's your sister?" and then gone straight to "You gotta promise me, put Uldron in the ground." I've never played Destiny. I don't know anything about Destiny, but you know what I do know a wee bit about? Marketing. There are 2 versions of that trailer. One of them is trash. The other one is slightly acceptable. And the trash one could have been better if they had just swapped 2 lines of dialogue.
if he's not dead, I wouldn't be surprised. I could go watch the 2 seconds of cutscenes that probably exist in that god awful DLC.
Master Chief was dead for a bit, and now he's fine.
But he wasn't.
Okay, but he was though.
But he wasn't.
But he wasn't.
If you played it on Legendary.
Do the world's much greater good by wielding light and darkness in equal share.
See, he's talking
that's
some.
true.
He's talking some logic.
That's true. That's why Riku's powerful.
Indeed, indeed. It's good to know that you're paying attention, Joey. See more worlds.
Darkness that upsets the balance. Find Vanitas and bring an end to him. Master Terra.
That's the bad guy shade of orange in his eyes. That's the color. That's the orange glowing eye color I gave my dragon in Final Fantasy XIV. Except in that game, no, that's cool because that's the only game I've ever seen where in the eyes there's the color and then there's another for it's. I think it's called the Umbral Ring, and it's just an out like that. It's like there's the inner color and the outer color, and it's like neon glowing.
Oh.
And it looks really good in game.
Neato. Xehanort's report.
Oh no! No!
So now we have a report
Please.
written by Ansem, who was actually a guy named Xehanort. We have a report written by Ansem, who pretended to be a guy named Diz, and we have a report written by Xehanort.
But
who is Xehanort?
Maybe this isn't
But is it though? Hey, look, it's a guy that I know.
Take me with you.
Technically, it's 2 guys that I know.
I can't do that, Ven.
Just follow him. What can he do to stop you?
Why not?
When I really need you, Ven, I know you'll be there.
Why not bring him along?
Well,
I guess he's afraid that.
why wouldn't
I guess he's afraid that Ven will get killed or whatever. So.
That's fair because he's the young new blood.
Honestly,
You're right.
the incredibly recent canonization of their ages actually makes some of their interactions make a lot more sense than they used to, which is why a lot of people imagined their ages to be relatively close to what was projected.
Okay.
What were you gonna say?
Hey, he's 20-ish.
He's 20-ish. Aqua's
Aqua's
18-ish, and Ven is 16-ish.
Okay.
I guess this general idea of like if that scene where he got dumped. Pause for a second. The main thing I saw people talking about is like, okay, if he was 12 when he showed up with the zombie eyes and wasn't properly functional, that would definitely enhance the no, child, go home and be safe.
Yes.
Our friend who is not capable of taking care of himself. It would definitely enhance that attitude towards not that it ever. I'm not trying to propose that it didn't make sense before the ages were specified.
But it helps.
I'm saying like
it really, yeah.
clarifies a few things.
All right.
Hey, you old coot! You said I wouldn't get hurt. I didn't sign up to be collateral damage. No way, as if. Okay, fine. Just put that down. You still need me. You still need me to do something, right? And all I'm asking is that you hold up your end of the bargain.
What? They're working together.
All things considered.
Pause
I'm
it for a
just
second.
lucky-
Everything about his exchange right there felt a lot like Reese from Tales of the Borderlands.
It
Whoa,
did.
hey, no, you still need me for something, right? He even sounded a little
He
bit
really
like Troy
did,
Baker
yeah.
in that bit there. Anyway,
You
continue.
didn't steal my heart like Princess whatever it was. That would have ruined my week for sure.
Unlikely. A powerful light still lives inside of Terra. You see, people like him, they don't have the power to steal hearts.
I did that on my own, but he did steal heart earlier. It wasn't him that stole the heart from the princess.
What are you saying? Sorry.
He said somebody like him's not he's not able
Capable,
to.
yeah.
But he did.
Well, that's what Bragg was just saying. Is like I guess I'm just lucky that he didn't. I guess I'm lucky that he didn't. He was basically saying, "What's losing an eye anyway, right? At least he didn't steal my heart like Princess What's her name."
Yeah.
To which Xehanort was basically saying he couldn't have done that anyway.
But he did.
So.
Oh, wait. You mean he's not the one who stole her heart?
Okay, so then.
So Joey.
Oh, okay.
As I've said, I'm trying not to lead things too much here. I want to kind of wait to hit big beats later. That is never addressed again. So we can either take that to be the writers forgot about it, or maybe Xehanort was behind the curtain and he was the one who shot her with a keyblade, and Terra didn't actually do it, and Maleficent doesn't know what she's talking about.
Okay, well,
I don't know.
Maybe it also just meant it's like, oh, like he couldn't do it. That he was completely and utterly mind controlled.
Maybe it's.
And if that's the case, then he has committed no sins.
I guess the point is that like at the end of that scene, Bragg is like, wait a second, so do you mean, and then it fades out as if to suggest later we will get clarification on exactly what Xehanort meant by that. But it's not addressed again. Again, I don't know if it's like we were supposed to just get it.
Hey.
Yeah?
Hey, that's a thing. That's a thing I recognize.
Things I know.
Things I know.
What else we got here? Disney Town. So we've got the castle, but now we've actually got the town around it.
Good thing we got a pass.
And we got Olympus Coliseum.
Oh boy.
And what else we got down here? That's Neverland, but it's actually the island this time. Just to get a little bit ahead of ourselves on spoilers, it's not Captain Hook's pirate ship anymore. It's actually the island.
Okay, cool stuff.
Which you will, when you play Days, you actually do go to Neverland in Days and go to the island, but it is extremely different in presentation from how it's presented in Birth by Sleep. It's actually interesting how all the depictions of Neverland across the series have been very, very diverse.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to, we can either A, go and do like one of the tournament things, or B, we can do Disney Town in a matter of like 10 minutes to wrap up this episode.
Yeah, let's go to
Your
Disney
choice.
Town.
You wanna go ahead and do Disney Town?
Yeah,
wrap up this episode? Sure thing. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's take care of business. We won't run around and explore. We'll just beeline the plot, and we can open up next time with some exploring. How about that?
Sounds good.
Wrap up for the evening, since it is now morning, not evening.
Taco Bell's still open. That's what matters. I don't even want food, but that's the gauge.
Unversed.
He's fast.
Too fast. How will I ever catch up with him?
How could I catch? Oh, okay, he was doing it. That's fine. Oh no.
He almost got run over by
no.
someone.
Oh no, I've seen this before.
You've seen this
book,
before?
In the book.
What book?
The stickers.
Oh yes, you saw it indeed. The Rumble Racing. Mm-hmm. It was also in the Mirage Arena. But it was grayed out and we couldn't pick it. Rumble Racing.
Jeez.
Have you ever wished that that Kingdom Hearts just had a little bit more Mario Kart in it?
And thanks for piping up back there.
No.
I mean it. The name's Terra.
It's nice to meet you, Terra. What are you, nuts? Running out onto the course like that? Yeah, that's against the rules. I'm sure you had your reasons, but I can't say that I approve either.
Well, rules don't apply when you're up against the unversed.
Rules don't apply? You sound just like Pete. Look, it's Captain Dark.
Disguised in shadows, the rogue racer reigns.
He could be an F-Zero with that.
I am Captain Dark.
Amazing.
How many people is Pete willing to kill? Everybody in F-Zero's is a criminal scumbag or a superhero
Have you seen
akin
the
to
super
Judge Dredd.
weirdo endings of that game?
No, I haven't.
You need to do that sometime.
I've seen like bits and pieces.
They're creepy, dude.
He's so huge.
He is absolutely massive. Oh my god.
Now, just a second. You're the no-good cheater who's always breaking the rules.
Well, I can't say racing interests me, but I need to defeat the unversed.
Oh my gosh.
The only way to defeat them is to get on the track.
All those carts that look like scary, ugly monsters?
Close off the track and then kill
The
them.
monsters
Yeah.
on the track.
The monsters only ever come on the track.
You just need to enter the race
doesn't make any sense, you stupid.
It's also completely untrue because if we walked 10 feet away from the entry point of the races, there would be standard enemy spawns. But whatever.
A racer?
You have to become a racer.
Now I'm sure I don't have to tell you.
I know. I'll play by the rules.
Why?
You know, Joey, they said, hey, Terra, being on the track when you're not in the race is against the rules. And he was like, but rules don't apply when you're fighting the unversed. And then they said, you're like Pete, he breaks the rules. And so they're like, now Terra, remember,
Okay, but guess what?
you're
He
gonna
didn't-
follow the rules, aren't you?
But he didn't meet Pete. He met Captain Dark.
It's true. My point is, Joey, the moral of the story for this world is it's not good to break the rules.
The moral of this story is this world shouldn't have any plot or cutscenes, and it should just, you go in the world and it's like, hey, you want to race? Here you go. Because I would be fine with that. I'm not fine with them just all doing all this crap.
Well, come on, you enjoyed when Pete showed up a second ago.
I did. I'll admit that.
Yeah, so you can talk to Chip and Dale to enter the
I
race if you want
really
to.
want
We'll
to.
explore the world a bit more fully during our next episode.
Okay, well.
They're the same. They're the same. No, Joey, you have to race.
All right.
We'll explore next time. Let's just go ahead and do the race and wrap. Because basically, like, the story of this world is just do the minigame and a couple of cutscenes. So, like, it's not going to take us too long. We can probably wrap it up very quickly.
But what if I'm not fast enough?
You'll be fast enough.
But what if I lose? What if I don't drift good enough?
You're going to have to drift. And the drifting in this is awful.
Oh, really?
Accelerate with X and brake with square, which is going to suffice as your drift. Make sharper turns by changing directions when you brake, then hitting the gas again. Use the ramps and dash rings to jump and find shortcuts. When you see this marker and have a rival in your sights, press O to strike. Remember to block attacks with triangle.
What? Well, okay, never mind.
For whatever reason, when he's racing, Terra gets a customized version of his own glider with brighter racing colors, the red and gold, which is not what it normally looks like at all, but whatever.
Oh gosh, that's bad.
So you're never gonna win now because you missed the shortcut
I know.
earlier. You're never gonna be a ridge racer now.
I was trying to drift and it wasn't working.
Well, it's not really drifting. It's more that you stop and like imagine doing a wheelie and like picking up the front of your bike and turning it towards where you want to go and then landing and hitting the gas again. That's really more of how it works than an actual drift.
Oof.
Yeah, so everybody else in this has items except for you. I guess not everybody else. Mainly it's Pete who throws items. Because he cheats!
Oh boy.
Just like Odd Job.
So that's what the block is.
Yeah, if somebody's about to hit you, you can block, but it's, you'll never see it coming when somebody's gonna hit you, so you're just gonna have to live with a couple of hits here and there, probably. I said maybe there's an indicator when you're gonna get hit. I don't recall. Why did the screen flash white for half a second there? That was odd.
Whoa.
You were really grinding up against the edge there, man. You're pushing too close to the edge of the track.
How many laps? Oh.
You got one more. You're on lap 4 of 5. You got 2 more laps left. Honestly, the rubber banding on this is usually really aggressive.
Oh no.
But maybe it's toned down since this is the one you have to beat for the story. So.
Rubber banding is the absolute worst. Like,
I
you
remember-
gotta get punished for doing good.
Well, it's like, well, I mean, how else are you gonna make a racing game hard? What if the player's just too good?
If the player's just too good, then all they care about is their time. They don't care about.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. Then they don't even worry about their place. They just worry about shaving off seconds. You're actually really right about that. If the player is just too good, they probably care about other things. Or maybe your game is just too easy and it has nothing to do with the player's skill level. There you go, Joey. We just beat Disney Town, at least as Terra. There are more things to do here, but they're all optional, so we'll do them next time. I just figured we could go ahead and knock this out really quickly since, you know, we still had some time to go.
What a high note to end on.
Boy.
Oh, I could skip that.
Dewey, Glidewinder, Louie, and Captain Dark.
So we didn't kill him.
No, you didn't even fight them. You just beat them in the race. And then the Unversed exploded in shame. You got a high potion for that.
I don't care.
You did it. You did it. Yay.
Oh, that's me clapping with one hand.
You did it.
My kite must have sprung a spring. You yahoos just wait. Next time I'll clobber all of you.
I'm digging his car.
Yippee! I hope he's gone for good. Nobody's gonna vote for a weasel like you, Pete.
Pete? Vote? What are you talking about?
Well, when someone votes on an individual, it usually means they're gonna win some kind of contest.
Dream Festival.
The Million Dreams Award.
Votes for who we think is the most exemplary citizen. And since everybody knows how much of a troublemaker Pete is, he probably figured wearing a disguise was the only way he'd get any votes. No votes, no prize. Yeah, the prize is all he really wants anyway. He doesn't care about being a good citizen. Oh, I think that's
It's this
very
weird
sad.
key-looking thing called Ultima Weapon.
Appreciate how much we all look out for each other every day.
By making one person more important than everybody else.
Your racing really saved the day against those monster carts.
By coming in first
Did
place.
it really? Did it save it? Because they were kind of just...
Especially considering Louis or Dewey or whoever actually beat them even without Terra's interference.
Something out of it too.
You got something out of it too.
I learned that you don't always have to bend the rules. To
Oh my god. Oh my god, dude.
all this time,
What are you... What?
but that doesn't mean I have to jump in.
What? Why?
Even when you're surrounded by the horrors of war, Joey, you don't have to lose your humanity. He learned that by playing Mario Kart.
Dude, those things weren't even a threat. They literally are probably just taking a break from their normal shenanigans. It's like they got their pass. They're like, here you go. You can go to one world for a week.
Oh boy.
That's it.
You want a video game. So there's a lot more to do there, but as I said, we'll
No, there's
explore.
not.
No, there
Ah!
is. You
Command
get that for
board.
every world. There's one themed for every single world you go to, Joey. Except I don't think Radiant Garden has one. But you get the Winnie the Pooh one from it instead. Has a wealth of wonderful attractions, including some you may not have tried yet. So come back and visit soon.
I think I won't. I think I'm good. Is this a black hole? Can I just hop
Indeed,
in it?
indeed. I believe that a world appears there later, so it's like a spot that
I
something
hope
will
it's a
spawn
black
in
hole
later.
I can just dive into and get ripped apart.
Are
and
you
turn
having
into
that?
spaghetti.
I guess I should ask as we're wrapping up now, Joey, your general thoughts
I'm getting
on
mixed,
Birth by Sleep so far.
Well, I enjoy not having to really think about combat. And that's from a Let's Playing sense.
That's
I'm enjoying the ride, but not necessarily because it's good.
Well, it's also like honestly as we were talking about before with the pacing, like with the last world, basically, you know, that should have been like kind of some kind of like major, you know. Okay, so apropos of nothing, is essentially we had, you know, 2 scenes of these guys as friends in the beginning of the game, and then suddenly they're all at each other's throats. But then Ven is nice to Terra a second later anyway, and it's like, so where,
yeah,
what?
no,
and then you have Xehanort, and he's like, okay, go and see more worlds and take out the darkness that threatens the balance, kill Vanitas, right? Okay, that's what we were doing before. We still really don't have like a clear, so what's the problem? Like, if we don't accomplish this, what's the bad thing that's gonna happen?
Yeah.
But the advantage is, since we aren't spending 20 hours doing Disney worlds with nothing happening related to the plot, like with Kingdom Hearts 2, the pacing is so tight that you don't necessarily you don't get to stop and question some of those some of those shortcomings.
So far, our main character here, main character number 1 of 3, is kind of... I mean, it's like they were saying the whole thing is like, oh man, he's obsessed with power, but he's not, so he's kind of nothing right now. He's kind of just a blank slate of...
I would say that the one thing, the character trait that I actually think that perhaps they should have focused on more, that is present in the scenes we've had so far, and probably the 2 only really important character scenes for him, is less that he's seeking power and more that he's seeking validation.
Yep.
Because you have, like, initially, Ericus is like, listen, man, I love you like my own son, but how can I make you part of the exclusive squad if you got so much evilness in you? He says to Terra, you mustn't be afraid of losing, to which Terra says, don't worry, I promise I won't fail you again, which is like completely missing the point
Yeah.
It's honestly one of the best exchanges in this game, and it's like because it's relatively subtle. Terra, you mustn't be afraid of losing. I understand, Master. I promise I won't fail you again. You just proved you didn't understand, man. And then you get to Radiant Garden, and you have that final little exchange with Xehanort, where he says, you know, come and be my pupil, Master Terra. And he kind of throws
like
Terra for a loop.
It does, yeah, but it's also like, why he's 20. Why would he fall for this?
Yeah, well, to be completely fair, perhaps if this wasn't a video game, you might not profile him as being an evil, horrible person just because he's a little bit old and sounds like Leonard Nimoy.
Okay, but
like this guy's supposedly an old friend of Master Ericus, his father figure or whatever.
But that's the thing, though, is the father figure. This guy is your father figure, and all of a sudden you're just like, oh man, yeah, no, screw him. He doesn't care. Believe me, I'm gonna go with this other guy. He's telling me to just embrace the darkness.
It's as you say, since he's not seeking power, there's not a definitive what is he as of right now. Because with Riku, very quickly established, I'm the alpha male.
Yep.
They mostly get along, only except for when Sora, like in the opening of Kingdom Hearts 1, they all get along swimmingly, except when Sora wants something that Riku wants. And then Riku's like, nah, I want that. And then the conflict really starts to come in later when Riku's position as the alpha male is challenged.
Yeah.
But like,
that's not happening.
Terra is the beginning of this game. We're all friends, and then later on, we're not friends anymore. But not really for like the turnaround doesn't happen for a reason in particular that really is easy to call out. I would perhaps go to the well of him seeking validation, and he feels that they're not that the people he cares about aren't trusting him.
Maybe, but okay. If anything, though, he should be mad at... the only one that can be justified is if he's mad at Aqua because, like, oh, she's been spying on him. Vin hasn't done anything.
And then he was nice to Vanicine later.
Yeah.
And it's a question of like, okay, so what is the story is about? Is this about Terra, you know, going on some journey where it's like, oh no, I might, you know, my lust for power is a problem, or oh no, my quest for validation is a problem, or oh no, my insecurities and lack of trust or desire to be trusted is a like. So why is, as you say, it's not clear what exactly it is we're supposed to latch onto with this guy.
Yeah, and also
right
he
now.
was like, no, I'm alone now. You know, I'm on my own. And then the next scene with Vin, he's like, don't worry. When I know you're there for me.
When I need you.
When I need you, I'll come.
There.
When I need you, I won't be alone anymore, I guess.
Which raises the question of, he's saying, when I need you, I won't be alone anymore. He's like, when I really need you, I know you'll be there. Okay, so when do you think you'll really need him? Later on in this like, I assume the reason you don't want him to come along is because you're going on a dangerous mission. So when will you really need him? It's a video game gotta happen. 3 campaigns. Gotta split them up.
All right.
It's a consequence, again, of the pacing, where it's like, since these, part of the pacing is really good, part of it is we gotta rush through these beats a little bit quickly sometimes. Sometimes that really, really is a strength of this game, because we've now blown through half of Terra's storyline. A lot of stuff has happened in a very small amount of time. Some of that is very good. Some of it is like, why are they all shouting at each other now?
Yeah.
Anyway, you closing thoughts from you before we wrap up for the evening?
It's just that it's one of those things. Like, it feels like you were saying they had 2 scenes together. It's like their friendship status really hasn't been established properly. So for me, like that scene's really kind of throwing me through a loop because I'm not familiar with these characters. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like I'm still trying to understand everybody else as well, and it's like it's just not making a whole lot of sense in that sense. But I don't mind it. Game's fine enough so far. Combat, I like it and don't at the same time. Difficulty is not really what matters here. It's more of just like.
Yeah, we've obviously cranked it down a little bit, so we're not destroying ourselves playing
the melding is fun enough, combining abilities is fun enough, and leveling them up to get permanent stuff. Like you were saying, it's a good leveling loop. It's good. It's fun, but it's like the combat itself feels real stiff, and a lot of it has to do with the gap closing not being there and just whiffing a bunch. But I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, I suppose not on the next episode, to be clear, but in the next recording session, we'll hopefully go ahead and wrap up Terra's campaign. since these are, as I said before, relatively short.
Yeah.
And we'll have to figure out what the situation is with Aiden.
All right.
That is what we call a future Jacob and Joey problem.